Hey guys, Marsing here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so earlier today in the news, we had these little snippets of information about the upcoming EZAs for the free-to-play future Android 17 and 18, Tech 1 and the SDR one you can see there, as well as the announcement that there is a new stage of Super Battle Road coming. That is going to be the Siblings Bond stage. I'll do a team building guide for that, of course. So I tweeted out earlier today saying I'm assuming that we will see the announcement in-game, potentially even as early as tomorrow, to confirm that the next Dokkan Fest is coming, which not only from the schedule, how we've seen on JP, obviously there's been a bit of switches around, but we pretty much all knew at this point that it was going to be AGL Trunks. I was going to wait to see if we had an in-game confirmation, but we have our boy I Seriously has tweeted out this gif of Trunks. So, as you know from recent videos, recent leaks, all that kind of stuff, basically once it gets to the point where I Seriously tweets out a gif of a character, that is basically confirmation that the character is coming next. And obviously in this situation we basically knew that Trunks was going to be next because of the way the schedule is planned out. The Android celebration is obviously coming to an end with the end of February, and then we have like 2 weeks gap between now and the release of Saiyan Day in the middle of March, which as always should be on both versions at the same time. Should see the release of a new Dokkan Fest exclusive. Hopefully we won't have to wait as long for them to come back as we did for Int Broly. But yeah, this is basically confirmation that Trunks is going to be coming. So if we take a look at the timeline for JP, so after all the Goku and Hit stuff, this is where the celebration kind of started. The EZAs for these two future androids came out. We've discussed them briefly in videos before because these guys actually make fairly decent link partners for the Tech Dokkan Fest androids. So it kind of hurt their release on global, the fact that the Dokkan Fest came out without these two units being an option. Because say what you want about the tech androids and how good you think they are, but their leader skill is certainly not the best. And any buffs that their category could have gotten before their release would obviously have been very, very beneficial. So a little bit of a shame, but they are going to be coming out. And yeah, they dropped just before. And then, of course, came the AGL Trunks Dokkan Fest. So I'll do a video talking about him and the Heart Virus Goku in more detail in their own separate video in the lead up to the banner actually coming out. But yeah, this will be the new banner, the Trunks and the Heart Virus Goku. The banner should change quite significantly as well, because the Androids banner had to change for global because it came out right after Super Vegeta, so they obviously took Super Vegeta off of there. They took Int Broly off of there because he was on the Super Vegeta banner as well, and they put Kid Gohan and the Physical GT Goku. So very unusual for Physical GT Goku to return without Vegeta. So I would assume that the Int GT Vegeta is probably going to end up as a replacement on Trunks' banner, because obviously they took Kid Gohan from Trunks' banner and put him on the Android's banner alongside that Goku. So I imagine GT Vegeta is going to be one of the replacements here. But it'll be interesting to see. I will do a separate video about the banner as well. So this obviously came out as the start of the Trunks celebration. It released right at the end of October. So similarly here on Global, it's releasing right at the end of February. They've pretty much every week, week in, week out for the last few weeks been dropping new content on a Tuesday. So that would bring us perfectly in line with Tuesday being the 1st of March. And then, of course, as we go down 2 weeks later from that, Tuesday would be the 15th of March, which is probably where Saiyan Day is going to drop. So, at least talking from my terms here in the UK, it's the morning of the 15th or the 1st. If you're in the US, obviously it's going to be the evening of the 28th for the release of Trunks, and then the evening of the 14th potentially for Saiyan Day. So, we get the Trunks banner. And then, of course, we went into the actual beginning of November. We get the Dokkan Ultimate Clash reset. We already know about this as well because the news mentioned the update for being able to buy an extra copy of the LR Shadow Dragons from the exchange shop. So we know that the Battlefield reset is coming as well. Then we are getting some EZAs in the form of the Extreme Z areas. We're getting the free-to-play EZA for the AGL Prime Battle Trunks. I know a lot of people have been focusing on him, building up extra copies and stuff, not just ready for his EZA, but because of how useful he is in the current chain battle against the future androids. And then we have the EZAs for the STR Android 13 and the physical 14 and 15. They both become fairly decent after their EZAs. The STR 13 actually becomes a very good tank for some more difficult content. They do add the Target Goku mission to the GT Legendary Goku event during the anniversary, and this 13 is actually pretty good for that. And then of course 14 and 15, they get a significant upgrade whilst also keeping one of their most useful abilities, that as long as you get them on rotation with this form, the untransformed Android 13, at least once, they then unlock the ability for you to see super attacks for the whole of the rest of the battle, which to be fair is probably one of the most powerful mechanics in the game, considering how useful it can be in more difficult content. So these guys getting their EZA is very good. And then we have a couple of summonable EZAs. Both of these are sub-EZAs though, so these are units that get used medals from an already existing Extreme Z battle, so you can actually farm these medals up now if you have nothing else to do. I will do a video, I've been doing them recently before every content drop, they're like get ready videos. So I will talk more about those and where you can get those medals. But these guys, the Trunks is really, really good and a super good link partner for Physical Future Gohan, whose EZA we've obviously talked about a lot recently as well. The Zamasu, unfortunately, is kind of mid. And then JP got the version Z update stuff here. But then continuing on with the Trunks celebration, we have another chain battle against King Cold. Another stage of Super Battle Road, which again obviously we already know about, and then we get the LR EZA for physical LR Trunks. Well, actually, is that a secondary Super Battle Road? Yeah, it doesn't mention. Does it mention another Super Battle Road stage here? It does not. So I don't know if this is getting moved up to slightly earlier in the schedule then, because this is probably the Super Battle Road stage that's been talked about in the news already. So this part coming out slightly earlier, because you can see here this celebration, it doesn't have a huge amount in it here, but they've kind of stretched it out over 2 weeks. So since we don't expect the celebration to take this long, it will be all wrapped up by the 18th of March so that Saiyan Day can start. And obviously they're going to squeeze some of this stuff in a little bit earlier, I would have thought. So the EZA for the physical LR Trunks is going to be good as well. New Super Battle Road. So there's a few things to do. It's a very small celebration. There's not a lot going on. When it went on JP, a lot of people kind of complained that it was one of the worst celebrations that we'd had so far, because there's not a huge amount involved. So as much as switching the order and stuff around has kind of messed up things a little bit for Global, it made some of the Android celebration units a little bit less impactful, but it feels like the perfect time slot for them to fit this celebration in, just because it brings such like a small amount of content. And on Global, they're basically going to be fitting this entire celebration into a 2-week period. So for 2 weeks for Global, we're going to have a new Dokkan Fest banner, a bunch of EZAs. Like if you include the LR one as well, we've got like 6 EZAs. We've got the Battlefield reset. It's not like a crazy amount of stuff, but for 2 weeks to tide you over until Saiyan Day, then obviously that is going to be very, very good. And like I said, I will do a separate video about this banner in particular, but I know for a lot of people, unless this has like a ticket pack or something like that, this is probably going to be a bit of a skip as we save towards the anniversary, or whatever Saiyan Day is going to be. Because obviously Saiyan Day is the first celebration post-anniversary, and being shared with Global at the same time. It's going to be very, very interesting to see whether the Saiyan Day Dokkan Fest unit has a 200% leader skill, or even some variation of the new leader skill mechanic. Even if it's not 200%, it could be something like a 170% and then a 10% or 15% extra buff to a specific other category, which would still make it higher than the 170 meta, but not quite on the 200% level. But obviously all of that remains to be seen until that information is released. So there we go. That is going to be it for the video, guys. Let me know what you think. Obviously, like I said at the start, we basically knew that the Trunks celebration was going to be next. Are you guys going to be summoning? Are you saving? Will you go in if there's a ticket pack? Let me know all of those details down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.